What if, for just one day, you could leave behind the weight of your worries? Imagine this. You're walking through the city, and for the first time in weeks, you notice the way the golden light hits the buildings. You see the kindness in a stranger's smile. You feel alive. There was a time not long ago when I felt it, pure happiness. It was a fleeting moment, but it was so vivid, so real, that it left an indelible mark on my soul. I remember the warmth that spread through my chest, the lightness that lifted my spirits. It was as if, for a brief second, all the worries and burdens of life had melted away. It was late on a summer's evening and the sky was alive with colors. The hues of orange, pink, and purple painted a masterpiece across the horizon. The air was warm, with a gentle breeze that carried the scent of blooming flowers. It felt like the world had paused, just for me, to witness this breathtaking spectacle. For a moment, the endless chatter of my mind went silent. The constant stream of thoughts, worries, and anxieties that usually occupied my mind were nowhere to be found. Instead, there was a profound sense of peace and clarity. I felt connected to everything around me, yet completely at ease within myself. There was no fear, no doubt, just joy. It was a pure, unadulterated feeling that filled every corner of my being. I felt alive, truly alive, in a way that I hadn't in a long time. It was a reminder of what it means to be human, to feel deeply and to experience the beauty of the present moment. It didn't last, of course. Life crept back in. Emails, arguments, the long to-do list. The responsibilities and pressures of daily life returned, pulling me back into the routine. But that moment of joy, however brief, had given me a glimpse of something greater. It showed me that amidst the chaos, there is always a space for joy, if we allow ourselves to find it. But that moment stayed with me, like a photograph in my mind, reminding me that maybe life could feel like that more often. It became a beacon of hope, a reminder that joy is always within reach, even in the smallest of moments. And so, I carry that memory with me, cherishing it, and striving to create more moments like it in my everyday life. I began to wonder, why do we let joy slip through our fingers? It's as if we are always chasing something elusive, something just out of reach. We get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life that we forget to pause and appreciate the little moments that bring us true happiness. Why do we focus so much on the hard edges of life while ignoring its softer sides? We are constantly bombarded with stress and distractions, and it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. We miss the beauty of a sunset because we are too busy staring at our screens, and we overlook the serenity of nature because our minds are preoccupied with worries. I realized something. Happiness isn't about avoiding problems. It's about embracing them and finding joy in the midst of chaos. It's about understanding that life is a series of moments, both good and bad, and it's up to us to choose which moments to focus on. It's about where we choose to place our attention. When we shift our focus from the negative to the positive, from the stressful to the serene, we begin to see the world in a different light. We start to notice the small details that we once overlooked, and we find beauty in the most unexpected places. The secret isn't in grand gestures, it's in the simple, everyday moments that we often take for granted. It's in the warmth of a cup of coffee on a cold morning, the joy of getting lost in a good book, and the pleasure of savoring a delicious meal. It's in noticing the quiet beauty all around us, the way sunlight dances on water, creating a mesmerizing display of light and shadow. It's in the gentle ripples that form on the surface of a lake, and the way the ocean waves shimmer in the sunlight. The sound of a child's laughter, pure and unfiltered, reminding us of the innocence and joy of youth. The feeling of a deep breath, filling our lungs with fresh air and our hearts with a sense of peace and contentment. It's these moments that make life truly beautiful. And then there's connection. For years, I kept people at arm's length, afraid to open up, afraid of being hurt. But I learned that real joy comes from risking vulnerability, letting someone see the real you, flaws and all, and discovering they care anyway. It's in these moments of genuine connection that we find our true selves. We realize that we are not alone in our struggles, our dreams, and our fears. When we dare to connect, we create a tapestry of shared experiences and mutual support. Each thread strengthens the fabric of our lives, making us more resilient and compassionate. Connection is not just about being with others, it's about being present, listening, and truly understanding. It's about the warmth of a shared smile, the comfort of a knowing glance, and the joy of shared laughter. Joy grows in the spaces where we choose to connect, with ourselves, with others, and with the world. It's a journey worth taking, a risk worth embracing, and a gift worth giving. Here's the truth. Life will always have challenges. But joy isn't something we find, it's something we create. By noticing the good, opening ourselves to connection, and choosing gratitude, we can make happiness a habit. Joy isn't out there, it's within you. Start noticing. So what will you choose today? Gap 3S. Sometimes joy is found in the simplest of moments. A cup of coffee in the morning, the sound of rain on the roof, or the warmth of a loved one's embrace. These small moments, when noticed and appreciated, can bring immense joy to our lives. Let's take a moment to appreciate the little things that make life beautiful. Gap 3S. As we go through our daily routines, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle. But what if we took a moment to pause and reflect, to breathe deeply and be present in the moment? By doing so, we can find joy in the here and now, rather than constantly chasing after it. Gap 2S. Imagine standing still for a moment, eyes closed and feeling the gentle breeze on your face, listening to the sounds of life around you, the laughter of children playing, the rustle of leaves, the distant hum of a city. Each sound, each sensation grounding you in the present. Gap 3S. In this presence we discover a profound truth. Joy is not a destination but a state of being. It's in the now, in the heartbeat of every moment we live. Let's embrace the present, for in it, we find the true essence of joy. Gap 3S. Remember, no matter how hectic life gets, there's always a moment to pause, to reflect, and to find joy in the simplicity of being present. Gap 3S. Joy can also be found in creativity. Whether it's painting, writing, cooking, or any other form of self-expression, creating something with our own hands can bring a sense of fulfillment and happiness. Gap 2S. Imagine the satisfaction of mixing colors on a palette, the rhythm of words flowing from your pen, or the aroma of a dish coming together in the kitchen. Gap 3S. Each act of creation is a journey, a dance between imagination and reality. Gap 2S. As we engage in these creative pursuits, we not only produce something tangible but also connect with a deeper part of ourselves. Gap 3S. In the strokes of a brush, the lines of a poem, or the flavors of a recipe, we find pieces of our own joy. Gap 2S. Let's embrace our creative side and find joy in the process of making something new. Gap 3S. For in every act of creation we discover a piece of our own happiness, a testament to the joy that comes from within. Gap 3S. Another source of joy is nature. Spending time outdoors, whether it's a walk in the park, a hike in the mountains, or simply sitting in the garden, can have a calming and rejuvenating effect. Gap 2S. Imagine the gentle rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the soft breeze on your skin. Gap 3S. Nature offers us a sanctuary, a place where we can escape the hustle and bustle of daily life and reconnect with the world around us. Gap 2S. Let's take a moment to connect with nature and find joy in its beauty. Gap 3S. In the stillness of a forest, the vastness of the ocean, or the simplicity of a blooming flower, we can find a profound sense of peace and joy. Gap 2S. Embrace the natural world and let it remind you of the simple yet powerful joys that life has to offer. Gap 3S. Finally, joy can be found in giving. Acts of kindness, whether big or small, can bring joy not only to the recipient, but also to the giver. Gap 2S. Imagine the smile on a friend's face when you surprise them with a thoughtful gesture, or the warmth in a stranger's eyes when you offer a helping hand. Gap 2S. These moments of connection, built through acts of kindness, create ripples of joy that extend far beyond the initial act. Gap 3S. Let's make it a habit to spread joy through our actions and see how it transforms our lives and the lives of those around us. Gap 3S. Whether it's volunteering at a local shelter, helping a neighbor with their groceries, or simply offering a kind word to someone in need, every act of giving has the power to bring immense joy. Gap 2S. So let's embrace the joy of giving and make the world a brighter place, one kind act at a time.